Welcome to Beyond the Game Trailer, brought to you by Obsolete Gamer. I am J.A. LaRock, and today we are heading over to Paris, France. You know, we've been all over the world talking to great people, and today we're looking at a great game. You know, a lot of people are loving the board games. I love, war simulating games, especially going to historical battles. And today we're talking war and battles, and we're going to be premiering the 1973 October War. And we're talking war and battles today with Antoinette Tran. Thanks for coming and joining us on the show today.
Thank you very much for introducing me. So I'm the marketing manager of Battle Factory, a Paris-based indie studio. We developed the game Wars and Battles, which is a turn-based strategy game depicting the most famous battles in history. So, as you said, the battle that we're releasing now is the October War. And first, we released another battle depicting the Normandy landings of World War II in 1944. Now, our goal in the game is to reproduce the historical realism and to make the gameplay very enjoyable and fun, because we're talking war games, indeed board games. There are so many rules that's hard to compute and to understand. Now with digital devices, we have the power to make it more understandable, fun and fast. That's what Wars and Battles is about. Better understanding history and replaying the most famous battles in history. Understanding the two camps, for instance, all the strategic aspects about landing their troops in Normandy, as far as Normandy 44 is concerned, but also as regards the October War, which is the first technological war in history, how you have to destroy, for instance, with your aircraft, the SAM defense, which the Arab had built. And it's all about understanding war and replaying the most famous battles in history.
So it's really cool because with this package, when you purchase it, and you can get it on iOS or you can get it for the Android, and you get a set number of historical battles that you can choose from, and then you can get the expansion. So that's what we're going to watch in a few moments, is the expansion of the October War 1973. But what's really cool is that you bring the realism of these battles, so you have the authentic battles for people who really study history, but it's not like it's so hard that if you're new to it or like you don't even know the history of these battles that you feel overwhelmed. So you would say that new players can get into this game and pick it up even if they're not familiar with either board games, tabletop games of this type.
Exactly, that's what we've heard. Even kids can understand the game. There are a lot of rules, but our goal is really to make it very user-friendly. So you really emphasized on how the game is offered to our customers. You buy the app on either Apple or Android stores, and then you get access to different campaigns by the first purchase, which means now we released Normandy and the October War, and in August or the beginning of September, we release another campaign, Kharkov 43. So about making it very user-friendly, that's one of our first goals from the start in the design of the game, to make it very intuitive and also quite deep, so that both beginners and armchair general would enjoy it. That's the very goal of the design in the game. And yeah.
So basically, the idea is that you guys want to continue to come out with more, battles of this type, so you continually have more content that people be able to have access to. So
exactly.
After this, you continually have more expansions that will be coming forth.
Exactly. So the next expansion is Kharkov, and the next one will be the Korean War between 1950 and 1953. We are dealing with a strategic level, so the maps are quite big. It's very accurate in terms of history, but also it's quite technological in the way that you can switch between 2D and 3D. So usually wargamers that are used to playing board games, they really enjoy playing in 2D. But with the beginners, they prefer the 3D mode. They're both they're different. You can play faster in 2D, but the 3D mode is more, you can zoom and dezoom, and it's very good looking.
Awesome. So, in this clip that we're about to see, now I admit I didn't know about this war until I saw it, so I looked up a little bit on YouTube and
Amazing.
Wikipedia. So basically, it says it's a war pits Israel against the Egyptian Syrian armies, and it happened during Yom Kippur. Is that correct?
Exactly. So it started on October the 6th. It was a surprise attack by Egypt and the Syrian armies on Israel. And if you look back, you have to remember that in 1967 there was a conflict, and it was a defeat of the Arab armies. So they wanted to take their revenge, and it was a surprise because it happened during the month of Ramadan and on the very day of the Yom Kippur. So that's why it's called the Yom Kippur War and also the Ramadan War. It was a surprise on the Israeli armies, although they had been told that, although all the intelligence had told them there's a risk, they had not taken the right measures to prevent the Egyptian army from crossing the Suez Canal. And so they did, and it was quite complex as it took place on both fronts, the Sinai front on the Egyptian part and the Golan front on the Syrian front. Two outcomes can be analyzed. First, on the Sinai front, you can tell that the Egypt, even though Israel got back the territory, Egypt was able to control the eastern bank of the Suez Canal for the whole time of the war, for a month, which means it's a political victory, although they suffered a military defeat. And on the Golan front, Israel was able to push back the Syrian army close to Damascus, and so they won the war on this front.
The game is War and Battles. You can pick it up now for the iOS or the Android phone. And Toy, thanks for coming on and talking to us about the game.
Thank you very much.
All right, guys. So you heard a little bit about it. Let's go check out the preview right now.